Alright, so today I'm going to discuss the relationship between the determinant of a transformational matrix and areas of image polygons generated through multiplication. So in order to do this, I'm going to call on our GeoGebra task that we did earlier this semester. And what we're doing here is we're taking a transformational matrix, which I can edit the numbers in here. And I would denote that the upper left-hand corner is like the A element, then we move over to the right to the B element, down to the lower left-hand corner is the C element, and then over to the right is the D element. So that'll come in handy when we take the determinant later on. So what we're doing here is we're taking this transformational matrix, which right now is 1, 0, 0, 1, and we're multiplying it by this 2 by 3 matrix. And this 2 by 3 matrix actually signifies the ordered pairs of the points that form the triangle. So once we multiply the transformational matrix by this 2 by 3 matrix, we're going to actually end up creating a new 2 by 3 matrix that shows us a different triangle. So starting off basic here with 1, 0, 0, 1, and we can see that the areas are the same. Okay, so let's just take the determinant right now because we know that there's possibly a connection between the determinant and the areas. So let's find the determinant. In order to find that determinant, we're going to take our A term and multiply it by our D term, so 1 times 1, and then we're going to subtract from that our B term multiplied by our C term. So 1 times 1 minus 0 times 0 is 1. Okay, so if 1 is our determinant, that's something that we can think about, and we know our areas are the same right now based on this wonderful tool in GeoGebra. So let's move it up a notch, and we're going to change this matrix a little bit and go 0, -1, 1, 0. So this right here is an example of a rotation matrix using cosine, negative sine, sine, cosine, and we can see that this right here just rotated our image 90 degrees, or pi over 2 radians. We also see that the areas are in fact the same. So let's see what happens when we find the determinant of this matrix. So we take 0 times 0 is 0, and we subtract -1 times 1, so we have 0 minus a -1, which turns into a positive 1. So again, our 1 is our determinant here, and we have the same areas. You might think that like 1 is the scale factor, like it's not being multiplied to anything, but I don't know if that's necessarily true. Let's do another isometric transformation and see if we can't find another pattern here. So 1, 0, 0, and then -1. So before I hit enter here to change the shape, let's just think about what we think is going to happen. If we make -1 in this D element, what is that going to do to our new shape? So using just matrix multiplication, if we take, in order to get the top row of numbers, we would take the top number 1 times 3, 0 times 2. Okay, so that's not really going to affect anything. And then 1 times 0, 0 times 0 is not going to affect anything. 1 times 3, 0 times 0, add those together, not going to affect anything. So if we have this -1, now we're looking at this bottom row. So we're going to have 0 times 3 and -1 times 2. Okay, so that would be -2. And then if there were numbers in these two other than 0 and 0, what would we see? I think we would see that all the y values are going to become opposites, and you're going to see a reflection of the original shape over the x-axis. Because your y value of A is 2, it's going to go down to -2. So I'll hit enter, and we'll see what happens. Boom. So that's what we got. The A flipped over the x-axis. We saw a reflection over the x-axis where A is now at -2 in the y direction. So that says to me, like, if you change this -1 or this 1 into a negative, you're going to reflect over the x-axis. So just for funsies, let's change this one and conjecture that I'm going to say this will reflect over the y-axis. Boom. Cool. Now, let's take the determinant of this and see what happens. So we have -1 times 1 is -1, minus 0 times 0. So our determinant is -1. But we also see that the areas are the same. So this is the first time we haven't gotten a determinant of just 1. So that's interesting. We'll keep that in mind. Now let's get into a little bit different. I'm going to change this matrix to 2 and 2. So I've done kind of a scale operation here, and we see that the triangle is in fact bigger. So we took the x values and multiplied them by 2. Essentially, that's what this one does. And then we took the y values and multiplied them by 2, is what this 2 down here does. So if we're taking the x values, multiplying by 2, and taking the y values and multiplying by 2, what's that going to do to the area? You would think, it might multiply by 2, but it's actually multiplying the area by 4. It's quadrupling the area. So with that in mind, let's find the determinant of this matrix. So we have 2 times 2 is 4, minus 0 times 0. Okay, so the determinant's 4. We have a scale factor of our areas of 4. Maybe that means that the determinant is the scale factor, but going back to the previous example where it was a negative number, maybe we should take the absolute value of the determinant. Let's just throw in a -2 here. And if it's still 4, I think taking the absolute value, yeah, taking the absolute value would probably be your best bet. So we have this conjecture, let's just plug in some crazy numbers and see if it is in fact correct, and we can say with certainty that this is going to work every time. So plugging that in, taking the determinant here, -0.8 is what this is, times -2 is 1.6, and then 1.8 times 2 is 3.6. So 1.6 minus 3.6, so we have a -1.6. We're going to take the absolute value is going to be, 1.6 minus 3.6 is -2. Take the absolute value of that is 2. Multiply the area of our original times 2, you get 6 as the area. So I would say that the relationship between the determinant of the transformational matrix and the area of the image polygon would be the determinant is the scale factor. The absolute value of the determinant is the scale factor form of the area of the polygon. Hopefully that was clear. Hope you enjoyed it.